How are you? Right out of the gate, we got to bark. I do have a puppy Esme in here with me today to keep an eye on her. My husband is out and about, so I get puppy duty. Hey, you're a little sassy for the day. So welcome in everybody. Sorry for this 11-week-old puppy. Stop. Hey, here, I got something for you. Hang on 1 second, guys. I got something here for you, I think. Yes, I do. The old doggy pacifier. I think of that sooner. I hope everyone's doing great today. This is like kind of impromptu because we were not going to do a live video today, but at the last minute, I was feeling good enough to do it, so I decided to go ahead and hop on since it's been a while since we have seen each other. Just a little recap on things. Amber had surgery, which I think most of you know. She is recovering well from that, strong as ever, fighting the good fight. So, and as far as I go, just regular old stuff going on. But I hope everyone had a great week. This is going to be, like I said, an impromptu. I'm going to use the beautiful beads from Jesse James Beads called From the Society Papers line that they released, I believe, on the 15th of May. This one is called Kate. So we will be doing making a bracelet, I believe, is what I feel like doing. So let me just share this live out. And if you're coming in, please give us a like and give us a share. We always appreciate that. But let's go in to here. Let's see. A lot of people live right now, so we may not get the audience live, but as always, this will live on our YouTube channels and in Queen Beaders Bead Group. If you're not joining our Queen Beaders Bead Group, please hop over. Everything is in our link tree. I do not have them in the description today since I said this was just an impromptu, but you can look back on our videos and you can find all the links in there. Oh, hi, Melanie. Hi, honey. How are you? So glad everyone's joining. Yeah. So like I said, this is kind of an impromptu because I wasn't going to go live, but had decided to at the last minute. So we're just going to have some fun making a bracelet together. And let's see, just get this shared out here. All right. So if you guys can go ahead in and share it on Facebook, if you are on Facebook or wherever, YouTube, share it with friends. We always appreciate that. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Yes, yesterday was the big birthday, the big 5-0. Funny, I don't feel any different, but you know, who knows? But and Zach's here. Hi, Zach. Hi, everybody coming in. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's basically it. We're going to be using these beautiful beads today. This is called Kate. If you watch Bridgerton, then you know. And I'm a big Bridgerton fan. So I'm just ready to dig into these with the pinks and the purples. They knew me by giving me these, like sending me these beads to work with, that it's right on the money. So I am, before we get too far along, I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera around. Remember, it will just take a moment for the camera to turn around. So don't think that you lost me if I freeze. Okay. So let's just go in. Okay. It should be turning. And I'll put my lights down for us to be able to see. Please excuse my beadboard. It is time to clean it, but this is life. Coming. It's going slow. There we go. Okay. So let me move this back just a smidge. So here you go. These are the Kate strands from the Society Papers line from Jesse James Beads. I also got some of this beautiful pearl chain I don't know if we'll be using that today. We may. We may only use one strand. We may do two, but I am just flying by the seat of my pants today, guys. Just wanted to come in, spend some time with you, touch base back with you. So let's untie this beautiful purple bow. You could always even use this ribbon. I believe this line does have ribbons in it as well, guys. So something to check out. So Amber is resting at home today, so we probably won't have any links or anything in the description or in the chat, but later on our YouTube channels we can add them. So all right, so let's see where we're going to go with this. First, I'm going to pick out some soft flex, what color I want to use, and I think, let me get my beads up here. I'm thinking maybe this purple right here. It's kind of off screen. And I'm thinking that we could probably go pink, but I think I'm going to grab the purple out, because I think that would really look nice with it, no matter what we do. Hi, Zach. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they are gorgeous. These beads are another level. Let me tell you that. They are so pretty. Do any of you watch Bridgerton, or is it just me? So I'm just going to wind a little bit of this out because I know I want a string. So let's get some pliers here and cut this. Again, Puppy is in the room, so if you hear things, I do apologize, but par for the course. So let me think how I want to do this. And then Arwen's out there, of course, barking. But, hey, it's the family. So I'm going to unstrand this little one first. Let me do this one too, because I think we're going to want to mix these up. Super pretty, aren't they? And I really like these roses in here as well. Did you see these little roses, guys? Aren't they pretty? I don't know. The screen kind of looks dark, but I have both of my lights on. But let me know if it's dark for you guys. So I'm just going to start stringing these beads on. I may just do this strand as is. And just, oh, look at the AB in those. Look at that. You can't be done with that already. No, you're not. Yes, sorry for the disturbance, guys, but I know you guys, you don't really, doesn't bother you. So we're just going to string this on. Need to watch that show. Oh, Melanie, you do need to watch that show. It's so good. And the third half of the third season just came out, and I am chomping at the bit for the rest of the season because I watched all 4 episodes in one day. So just couldn't help myself. So yeah, we're just going to string here. I'd really like to incorporate this ribbon. I think I will. Let's just, I mean, a lot of times with these strands, as beautiful as they are, you can just string them just exactly the way that they are. Yeah, you never know. I keep turning around because you never know in my studio what you can get into. Because, yeah, is that cardboard? Okay, we're going to have cardboard. That's not a big deal. But, yeah, you never know. I don't know if you guys have messy studios, too. Mine is as well. So, I just put Bridgerton on my reminders. There you go. There you go, Zach. You'll like it. And then Queen Charlotte is another. They did one season of it, and it's based on the queen that's in Bridgerton. It's based on her life when she was young and how she became queen and the relationship with her and the king. And that is very much worth the watch, too. Very good. All right, so that's what we got so far. this back. Yeah, I didn't even have time to text Amber to tell her I was going to go on because it was just such a last minute decision. But I figured that way we could use these beautiful beads and chit chat a little bit. So just adding that in. I am a slow stringer. So my table always gets messy now that I have a craft room. Yeah, it's so much more than my table at this point. Oh, it's terrible. But I'm growing out of my craft room is what's happening. I have a lot of different hobbies, but jewelry making is I wouldn't even call jewelry making my hobby. It's more of my job and my hobby. It started out as a hobby, but it's the one that I have the most of things. The other items I just kind of use like when I do other projects, things like that. Like I have paper and I have material and diamond paintings and yarn, and I just dabble with everything. It seems like I have my silhouette and I have a lot of vinyl and stuff that goes with that. So ordering too many beads from Temu. Oh, your nail polish matching the bead. Oh my gosh, it is. Look at that, Zach. My nail polish is matching the beads. I didn't even plan that. You don't know it, but my eyeshadow matches the beads too, because I got some new eyeshadow, guys, and I really love it. It's like holographic. I found it on TikTok of all places, but I bought it off a TikTok shop, and because I saw an influencer on there that was that had it, and I'm like, I need that in my life. My excuse to buy it was my birthday, because I need an excuse, I guess. But all right, so I'm gonna put the last bead on here, and I'm gonna drop this down. A lot of you know, but I have a measure tape on my desk, so this will be just about perfect. So I'm gonna pull down, and the reason that I string while I'm on the roll here is because of the I don't have to use as much of my materials, and I love to hoard my soft flax because I don't want to use it up too fast, So I'm just gonna get out some crimps while my dog eats cardboard. Oh. She's so fun though, guys. I mean, she has been such a joy in our lives, and especially after losing Kaylee. That was a rough go. I'm sure a lot of you know that. You have pets and have experienced it. So, and I think we're going to put a wire guard on this as well. Let me see what size I want. I guess those are about all the same. So we'll go with this. So I'm just using gold because that's my accent metal in these. So I got out way too many, but that's okay. So there's our wire guards. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put my crimp on. All right. And then I'm going to thread my wire guard up one side. Okay. And then down the other. And then I'm going to bring that crimp up and over both strands, keeping my strands on the same sides, okay, that they were on, because you do not want your strands to crisscross, because that can be something that causes a crimp to fail. So keep your sides aligned. I just kind of keep my thumb on them to keep them nice and flat. So this is the easy side because we don't have to get our tension right just yet. That's all right. Birthday present to yourself. Yeah. Yeah. And I thought the puppy was my birthday present, and my husband surprised me with more. So I feel very loved and spoiled and all the above. So I'm just going to give that a crimp. Okay. And that made us into our C shape. And then we can fold that over, or you can just leave it like that if you don't mind the flattened C shape look. And I'm just going to fold it because the smaller the better for me. And check your crimp. Good to go. And then I'm of the school that you just trim your wire right up to your crimp, because that wire is not going to do anything but come out and irritate someone's wrist or neck. So that is crimped with our wire guard. Okay. So I'm going to just push my beads down to that other end, just like that. And then I'm going to kind of guesstimate here how much soft flex I want to leave myself to kind of play with. So I don't need a whole lot, but I don't want to cut myself too short. So I guess I'm going to give myself about 3 inches there. Probably more than I need, but it's okay. So give myself the 3 inches, and then we're going to put on our other crimp and another wire guard. Put that up one side and over top and down the other side. Oh my gosh, it's sleeping. Esme's sleeping. Yay. So she's a good dog. I don't want to make it out like she's crazy, because she's not. She's a really, I can't believe for 11 weeks old how well behaved and how smart and how much she's learning and how quickly. I mean, standard poodles are super smart. That's one of the reasons I want the breed. I like the breed. That's what I keep getting. But she is so super smart. And I actually just got in the mail today. I don't know if you guys have ever seen where people use buttons with their dogs so they can communicate with them. So they're like little buttons that they can press. They're about that big around. And then you put a word, you record a word on them, and you teach them when they need whatever the word is, they need to press that button. And I guess you can really expand the vocabulary and the understanding of each other and all of that. So I'm anxious to try it with her, and because I can see she's that type that would learn quickly on that. So we'll see, but that's the plan. And I'm just going to go in and just spread that wire guard out a little bit, because I know I'm going to have to put some jump rings in here because I'm going to make a multi-strand. So I want to make sure I have enough room, and I figured let's do that on the front end. I'm just going to put my tweezer pliers in, both things in the middle there, and just open them up a little bit. And you can push it back if you do it a little bit too wide. But there you have, it's ready to receive. And we're just going to cut our strand here. Oh, thank you, Zach. Saying it's looking lovely already. Yeah, you can't go wrong with these beads. I mean, they are stunning, stunning. So now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and open up my other crimp just a little bit. Or, excuse me, wire guard. Okay. So we're ready. When the time comes, we're ready to go. And the more I look at this ribbon, I want to include it in my bracelet, but I think I need ribbon ends, and I don't think my ribbon ends are up here. So let's see what goes. All right. So now let's decide, do we want to put a strand of pearls with it and do a 2-strand, or keep the bigger ones for a necklace, earrings? So I'm looking at this, and I think that would be a very dainty, beautiful bracelet with just those two together. And then I can get some just jump rings and hook them just like that. What I could do also is I had, and if you would see my desk right now, guys, you would just laugh. But I had some Sorry Silk put to the side as well, but you know, of course I can't find that. Oh, and I wanted to let you guys know also, I did put a quick a short up on YouTube, and then I put it up on TikTok and Instagram teaching about using beads, being able to use beads and put them in 360 by using fishing spinners. Okay. And I wanted to put up on here, these are the ones that I got. I just got them off Amazon. They're the 44 pounds. And they just come and they already have jump rings on either end, and then they're able to spin, and they're tiny enough where they're not going to be obtrusive to your pieces, looking weird or anything. But this is what I did, and you can see this is a beautiful cube bead, and you don't want to just see it from one side. So I'm spinning that, and you can see that's going to move around like that on your ear, and how pretty that'll be. So just a little tip there, guys. If you haven't seen that quick short, check it out. All right, so now let's get some jump rings. I think I'm going to grab some small ones first here. And then we need a couple bigger ones to hook in a clasp. Let's see here. These are kind of my little travel boxes, and I just grabbed them to bring them over because they have a little bit of everything in it. Here we go. We'll get these oval ones too in case we need it for our class. Okay. So I'm going to take one of these little ones, and I'm going to hook this chain with this beaded part that I created. And we're going to cut these at the same spot. Okay. Very dainty, very small, tiny. Okay, so let's open this up. Okay. Hook into the end there. All right, same thing on this side. Yes, I believe we have 2 other lives going at the same time today. Usually it's just one, but everybody's on. Okay, so close that up. All right, now let's look at it here. Oh, that's pretty. And that's going to dangle just enough, I think. Maybe a little bit too much. We'll see once we get everything hooked in. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of my bigger ones here. Very elegant creation. Thank you. Yeah, this is right up my alley. You guys know my style. And I like that feminine, romantic, vintagey feeling type creations, you know. So let's go through here. See if we can catch both of these. So they kind of hang right for us. I do apologize for Arlen. If you can hear her, the neighbors are getting a delivery, so it's all it takes. Okay, so we're opening that up. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Oops. Okay. And then we can decide from there how we want to handle this. So, do I want to tie this? I don't want to take away from the piece, but I'm just chomping at the bit to use this. I just watch you and Amber. Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate that, honey. We appreciate it so much. And everyone's support on our YouTube channels is so helpful. So you can see my hands are kind of shaky today, and I do apologize for that, but that just happens to me sometimes. So I'm going to just run that through the larger jump ring. We're just playing here. We're just going to see how is this going to work instead of using ribbon crimps. So I'm just tying this ribbon through the end jump ring, just like that. Actually, did I tie it the way I wanted it? I don't think so. Here we go, on that side. Yes. Okay. So I tied it on the outside here, so it's going to run the length of our bracelet. And I kind of want to see what I'm going to need lengthwise here. So I'm going to run this end through the oval jump ring as well. Mine shake a lot, hard to thread that darn needle. Oh my gosh, yes, for sure, Melanie, for sure. That's always a show when I'm trying to do that. I do wax my thread though, and it seems like if I wax the end of it real good, that does help me be able to get it threaded. So let's see this. I think this piece might just be long enough to do this with. I just think it's so cute. You know, just a little touch. Let's see here. I don't want to distort anything. I don't know if that's too. Let's give this a little bit more give here. Just roll this end in a little bit. Okay. That end is okay. Same thing over here. We're just giving ourselves a little bit more room to play with for the length. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut that in an angle too. Let's see, I cut that a little shorter. And this is, guys, I'm flying by the seat of my pants, so you can just do the same as well if you'd like. But there's a lot you can do with fibers and textures that really bring things up another notch. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So now I do want a couple dangles. So we have our pearls we could use, which I like. They're tiny because I don't want to have anything too big. I could use those. No, I like these little pearls. So let's get a couple head pins. A couple gold head pins. See how this goes. Maybe let's put our dangles on one side. How about that? And then I'm going to add something else in with this. I can put those. Those are a little big, but let me grab my rondelles here, guys. Let's see what I have. Some tiny ones somewhere. There they are. Okay. So I have some pink, and I think I have some AB. I don't know if I have purple. No, it doesn't look like I have purple, but I think the ABs will work well. It's just, those are, actually, let's do it with the gold, with the crystal, yeah, because we're keeping everything the same. I like mixed metals, so it does not bother me whatsoever, but we're just going to keep it all kind of uniform today, since that's what a lot of the looks on Bridgerton are. Okay, so we're going to take our little head pin and we're going to add a pearl and one of our rondelles. And then I'm just going to bend that at a horizontal angle. And then I'm going to take my trimmers and I'm going to leave about a 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, something like that. It's a little less. It's about a 1/4 inch, I would say. That's how I do it. And then if I'm going to use the tips of that's when I'm going to use the tips of my round nose to roll back. So this is just a simple loop that I'm making here. Just as simple as you can get. And then, I don't know. Now I'm going to put the pearl. So let's put, if I have another tiny bead, I can grab. Of course I do, but where? Let's put one of these crystals on. How's that sound? Let's put one of the longer crystals on with a little bit of the gold on top. Then that. Trim. Maybe entwine the ribbon a little bit. Yeah, we could certainly do that. I don't know if we have enough length to do that, but we could try it. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get a clasp, but I'm going to hook our clasp on. So that is taken care of. So I got this cute little one I'm going to use. That is a Jesse James beads clasp. Okay. And when you're storing your clasps and your bars, guys, I can give you a little tip. Just hook them together with a jump ring. So you're not digging through your box to try to pair up your clasps and your bars. It's just easier just to hook them with a jump ring and you can pull them out together. And that way. Okay, so I'm going to open this large jump ring. Okay. I'm going to put one end on here. I'm going to shut this fan off. It seems like it's awful loud today. All right. And then just close up your jump ring. We've got one end of our clasp. We're just using a bar clasp with it. And let's go on this side and do the same. Let's see here. Now what I'll probably end up doing with our knots, I don't think I have my glue up here that I use, my GS Hypo. I will end up and go back and put some GS Hypo on the inside the knots, just so they don't come unraveled easily of the ribbon, Okay. And then we're going to hook on our little dangles onto that same jump ring. Okay. And I'm just going to close those up once I get them put on. Open your loop and then slide it onto your jump ring and close that up. Okay, so now we have our little dangles on. They look really cute on there. So let's see, intertwine the ribbon a little bit. So we can kind of just like maybe wrap it like that. I think that's what Melanie may be referring to. Just kind of weaving in our strands. a little bit. That's pretty. That's looking good. I like that. That I might have to untie one end to do this right, but yes, I do like that. I do like that intertwined. All right, so let's crisscross this way. And then crisscross that way. I'm going to untie this end so we can intertwine it a little bit. Yeah, I do. It is pretty. Thank you so much, Melanie. That's a great idea. I love intertwining it. That's such a great idea. And I really think that will make it pop. More seem like one than just a piece of ribbon that I tied on there, you know? I love you guys. You give such good tips. I'm supposed to be giving you tips. Well, I try to, but so let's see. So we're going to just use our ribbon and we're going to kind of wrap it around through a little bit here. Okay, let's go through this. Then back through. And then we'll go back through our jump ring. Yeah, just a little bit, just to really make it pop with it. Agreed. Don't have to go too crazy, but just want to be able to tie this. Make sure that everything's kind of laying the way I want it. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that bracelet. Oh, that's like me to a T. I love it. Such great suggestions. I love it when a plan comes together. Who said that? I don't remember. But oh, that was on the A team. So that was probably you guys are probably don't remember that. But well, Zach might. I don't know how old you are, Melanie, but and that's none of my business. But yeah, the A team, that was something we grew up with. Gen X, you know. We're struggling to make a knot, but we're going to do it. Okay, so that knot back in there. Come on through. You know you want to. There we go. And our little clasp and our little dangles. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. So I'm going to trim this one down a little bit. That is coming out gorgeous. Wow, I love that. How does that look, guys? And we can even wind it a little bit more and kind of straighten things out if we want to further down the line, but I think that is stunning. Beautiful. Very feminine. I love that style. You know, just kind of, yes, I do 18. You'll be 50 in December, Melanie. All right, we're right beside me then. You're a little younger than I am. Just by a few months. My husband will be 50 in July. So he likes to pick on me like for the time between May and July and tell me I'm old before, you know, his time comes. But we're the exact same age pretty much by a few months, and we were even born in the same hospital. So it was meant to be. So, okay. So we made our beautiful little ribbon intertwined bracelet there, which I am tickled with. So I'm going to put that off to the side. So let's make some earrings. How about that, guys? To go with. I'm just kind of getting this more in the position that I want it. There we go. Okay. So really pleased with that. Really pleased with that. So let's see. Let's get some more. Do we want to do head pins or do we want to do a little bit of wire work? Let's do some wire. Change it up a little bit here, right? Do a couple chandelier pieces maybe. And this is just some 20 gauge I have here, guys. The one I always reach for. And I'm going to grab my bell making pliers. Just give me one moment. You're okay. You stay sleeping. You just stay sleeping. Go to sleep. Right. You like pink and purple too, Zach, huh? Yeah, I do too. So let's go to the middle of this wire. And I'm just going to wrap this wire up and around. And I'm going to rotate my pliers to just give me a drop in the middle. Then I'm going to go out maybe about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just simple little loops. Same thing on the other side of the middle loop. 1/4 inch. And you can see I'm rolling those loops on the outside of the work because I want to be able to dangle things from that. Okay, so we're going to get up at the top here and we're going to angle this in and do a loop at the top. So let's make another one because we are going to have 2 earrings. So sorry guys, I have to turn my fan back on. So same thing here. I guess I won't need my bell making pliers. Who knows today? So we're going to go about in the middle again, and I'm just going to rotate my pliers as I'm making that center loop. Okay, it's a little blurry. Yeah, we got a new internet service, so I'm really hoping it holds up and does well. And does better than our other one did. Again, same thing, just making that loop on the outside and then straightening these up. Yeah, that's pretty good. So then what I'm going to do here is grab both of my wires and I'm going to cross them just a smidge up here. And I'm going to it'll make kind of a V or a upside down V shape here in the center. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that there and I'm going to bend one wire horizontally and one wire vertically. All right. And then I'm going to grab it again with my pliers here. I want to get both wires in the same jaw there. And then I want to take that horizontal wire and just wrap that around a couple times. Okay. Just to kind of get it hooked on there. We're going to kind of work with it to get it to go down a little bit here. All right. So now once that's hooked, we can go in and trim that wire because we'll be using the other wire to make our loop. Okay. So again, we're just going to work with it. You can manipulate your wire to pretty much do whatever you need it to do. So we want that to kind of be on the top. Okay, so let's do the other one. And I kind of want to make my V in the same-ish place. So I'm going to kind of compare them here. I'm going to move that down just a smidge. Okay. And we're going to grab, where are my chain nose pliers? There we go. We're going to grab them with our chain nose here, making sure our size is consistent with the other one. All right. And then we're going to take our pliers and bend one horizontal and one vertical. Did it again. And then we're going to just wrap that vertical wire, or excuse me, horizontal wire around the vertical wire. Just a couple times. Okay. So now you have some chandelier pieces. Just that simple. Now, guys, you can hammer these. You can put them on your block and hammer them out. You can put some texture into them, or just leave them plain. If you do hammer them, it will work harden it a little bit, which could be a good thing, especially with 20 gauge wire. You could also make these with 18 gauge wire. It will be a little stiffer for you if you wanted to do that, but that kind of gives you the idea. So when we get this part done, we can go ahead and make our loop at the top, because we know we're going to need to hook in an ear wire. So I'm just going to take my round nose in there and bend that horizontally, and we're going to do a wrap loop. And I've rotated my pliers, so now they're up and down. And we're going to go up and over. Well, thank you, Zach. I appreciate that you like the chandeliers. And you can just whip them up super quick. And you can put as many loops on them as your little heart desires. If you want to make them really fantabulous. I do recommend, however, using an odd number of loops. So instead of doing like 6, do 5 or 3. To my eye, I think it looks better. Okay, so we're going to go up and over, make our little wrap loop. I'm just going to adjust that a little bit. Make sure everything's still good, and it is. Perfect. All right, so there's our little chandeliers. Now we're going to need some head pins. So I want to put my beads on head pins so I can dangle them from here. So let me grab some more gold head pins. See if that's enough. And then make sure, like I said, you can hammer them just to kind of straighten this all out, flatten it out. I don't want to bore you with the hammering today, and make a bunch of noise and all this stuff. So I'm just going to go in and I'm just kind of tweaking this wire a little bit so they kind of are looking the same. Each piece is looking relatively close to each other shape-wise. Okay, happy with that. So let's take our head pins and add on, let's see how we want to do our beads. I want to put that one in the center maybe. And then didn't think this through, did I? And we used one of these on our bracelets. So let's see, we can make this work. Let's put this in the center. All right? Because I really like those. They have the little green eyes on them. And let me just grab a couple smaller beads out of my stash here. So everything kind of meshes. I got lots of stuff here, so bear with me. Oh, this will work. This is a mix from the last Magical Mystery box called Is She a Wildflower? It has all these purples in it. That'll be perfect to add with it because it has some really pretty purple beads in it and blues and everything like that. You can kind of see it there. And these little flowers, those are pretty too. All right, so I'm changing my mind on these. I'm going to put these back, the little AB rounds for the center. And then we could always put these flowers on too, but there's probably not enough of them. because I might have stole some already. So no, there's 4. Okay, good. So do we want to just do the flowers on either side? That could be really pretty. All right, so we'll use some of these little beads in here just to kind of build our little dangles. And I just put a little seed bead at the bottom of this. And then I'm going to feed on the flower. Okay. And let's put one of these beautiful bluish bead caps on top. Look at that, guys, how pretty that is. And then let's do one of these rondelles. Oh, that's pretty. How many rondelles? We have enough rondelles, so that'll be pretty. That is a pretty little link, isn't it? All right, so you can just tell when I'm pleased with myself. Here, on here, it's ridiculous, but see if this will fit. Okay, good. And then we're going to take a little, let's see, we have 4 of those. So we're going to use these for the flowers, these little blue ones. Put those to the side. And then I'll put, let's see how these florals look on here, these little bead caps, if I can push them down maybe and flatten them out a little bit so they lay better on top of that bead. Sure, yeah, you can adjust them. So let's see. That's pretty, isn't it? And then let's add, we need these for our flowers. So let's put another one of those rondelles. That's gorgeous. And I just usually build my head pins first, so then that way I can just do all my loops at one time. Again, we're going to do that. One of our blue bead caps on top. And one of our beautiful rondelles. And so those 3 are done for that chandelier piece. All right, so let's just put this on. And we know we need to take our little, whoops, that came off. We need to take our little end, our little bead cap, and open it up a bit on both sides so I can get that to go down over top of my rhinestone encrusted bead here and kind of see how it's working. Okay, good. Looking good, looking good. Check that one. Good. Okay. Again, another seed bead for our flower because that's just going to hold it on, because a lot of times these flowers have larger drill holes in them. So I just always put a little seed bead underneath them for good measure. All right, so there's that one. And we need to create one more. So again, a seed bead, a flower, and a cap, and our rondelle. All right, so now we can gather these up and put these back in the container so we don't have a massive mess going on here. And I like how we incorporated these beads from the Kate strand, but accented it with the Is She a Wildflower mix from the Magical Mystery Box. And that shows you how you can really just combine beads and stuff from Jesse James Beads, and they all just sing together. All right, so let's take our round nose pliers. I think we're going to do simple loops. So let's give ourselves about 1/8 of an inch there, and we're going to bend. Give ourselves about 1/4 inch. I measure with my fingers. Snip. And then our pliers, and roll that back. Okay. And that gives us our little loop right there. Okay. Just do that. Same thing here. Whoops, our bracelet's getting involved. And we're just going to bend that and grab it with the, snip it with the flush cutters. And we're just going to do this on all of these. So you get to see me make a lot of simple loops and wrap loops in this video, guys. In this live, I shall say. All right. So I'm just rolling that back in there, straightening that out. That flower needs to go in there. There's Amber. Surprise, Amber. I'm also glad to see you went live after all, Trish. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was like a spur of the moment thing. I'm sure you're happy, but I shouldn't say I'm sorry, but I was going to notify you, and then it kind of, the time got away from me. So I wanted to just kind of make sure I was here on time. So yeah, we're almost done. We made a bracelet. I'll show you that in a bit, Amber. And we're working on some chandelier earrings. I taught them how to make some chandelier pieces out of 20 gauge wire. You can also use 18. Excuse me, just for a recap. And right now we're just putting the simple loops on our pieces, on our creations that I forgot to put that little rondelle on there, didn't I? There it is. Okay. Zach messaged you. Well, that was good. She's on it. If you want to put our link trees in, Amber, if you feel like it, it's available there too, you can, because I didn't get to put a detailed description in this video, again, since it was so last minute. So that's your call, babe, if you feel like it. If not, we can put them on later on our YouTube channels. Okay. Almost there, guys. Can't wait to see these come together. They're so cute. These colors are gorgeous. All right. So I'm just kind of going to, as I go here, look at these, and I'm just going to make sure everything is nice and straight on all of these, so I can get them to be centered well on the loops we're going to hang them on. This one's kind of whacked out, so we're just going to adjust that a little bit. All right, so I'm going to open that one up and hang it onto one of our loops that we created. I just want to make sure that that's closed so that doesn't come off of our link, and it's fighting me here. So all right. There we go. That one's good to go. So there's one on there. And then I've got a lighter and a darker one for each chandelier piece. So we're going to put a lighter one and a darker one, and then put the ball in the middle. Put this up. Yes, if you have wire, you can pretty much create any kind of finding that you need. Head pins, everything. I'm on my phone, so that's all garbly goop. I don't know what that means, but okay. If you're talking about the link trees or something. Okay. There is one. Oh my gosh, guys. Shut the front door. Look at that. Sometimes I just amaze myself. No, I am not. I'm just kidding, guys. I just love the look of this type of thing, You know that. So I'm just going to close this up. It looks like we're going to run a bit over an hour, maybe just by a couple minutes. this time. So let's put our darker flower on. Oh, thank you, Melanie. Open this up. And then one more. And then we'll grab an ear wire. Get some ear wires and we'll be in business. Ooh. Those are pretty. Oh, all right, ear wires. Where have you gone? There we go. Couple ear wires. Just the old school ones with the springs on. They're not my favorite, but that was the closest at hand. So let's open up our loops and hook on our chandeliers. Okay, so there are our chandelier earrings. And just to revisit our ribbon bracelet that we made, that we're going to work a little bit more on getting everything kind of entwined, but that's the gist of it. Just a really pretty feminine set there. Yes, Trisha, I love you both. They say you're never too old to learn a little something new. I adore those chandelier earrings you handmade. So precious. Thank you so much, Zach. You are so dear. You are so dear. So I'm going to turn this around to my other camera. And I'm going to put my lights up. Oh, goodness. And there we go. Here we are. This light up. So I'm going to bring Esme on just real quick, guys, because you haven't seen her. You can see how much she's grown. If you could see her, she's laying on her back. Hey, you want to come say hi to everybody? Do you want to come up? Come on. Come on, yeah. Come on, Bob. Come on. Yeah. I know. But this is Esme now. Look at this, guys. She's growing so fast. She's growing so fast. So I thought you guys would want to see her. There's a big yawn. She was sleeping. So, yeah. She's getting so big. She's like 17 or 18 pounds now. And when we got her, she was 13. We've only had her 3 weeks. And she's growing by leaps and bounds. She's so cuddly. Oh, okay. Enough with that. But I do want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. It was super fun to get back with you here. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. It was super fun getting back with you here, guys, and just spending some time with you, as always, beating with friends. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. And if you haven't done so, please give us a share and a like. It's always appreciated. And hopefully we'll see you guys next week. I think Amber's going to be doing a project next week. So we'll be all looking forward to that, to seeing our girl back. So I will see you guys next week. And thank you so much again for joining me. And everybody take care.